Thanks to the benefits that come with my American Express Hilton Aspire credit card, I was able to have a luxurious one-night stay at the Rome Cavalieri Waldorf Astoria Hotel in Rome, Italy. And thanks to those benefits from the credit card, I was able to score a room upgrade at this hotel as well, making my experience even more pampered. And I'm going to tell you about how I was able to achieve this room upgrade and pay less for it than otherwise might have been required. Now, one might think that I could have potentially obtained a upgrade to my room thanks to the complimentary diamond status that comes with the Hilton Aspire credit card. Unfortunately, it's really a hit or miss whether or not the front desk at a hotel, the front desk staff at a hotel might give you that complimentary upgrade at check-in. I find it not to be a dependable method of trying to secure an upgrade. And so in this case, I actually was able to use the $250 resort credit for my upgrade. And I really wanted to use this resort credit during this trip because I knew that it was actually expiring in just a few weeks. And that's because the resort credit expires on your card anniversary date and not on the calendar year. And so for me, that was going to be expiring towards the end of May, and this trip was at the beginning of May / end of April. And so it was a really opportune time for me to use this credit, especially because this hotel, the Waldorf Astoria in Rome, is on the Hilton resort list. So it was wonderful. And just as a quick review, like I mentioned, the resort credit can only be used at hotels that are on the Hilton resort list. And besides a room upgrade, you can use the resort credit for things like dining at a hotel restaurant, the hotel spa, activities at the hotel, or other shops that are located within the hotel. And you just have to make sure to charge the item to your room, and then that way it will be able to be applied for the resort credit. But again, in this case, I elected to upgrade my room with the resort credit instead. So here is another option of how you can use the resort credit. A little bit about this specific hotel. It is located a little bit outside of the center of Rome. It is not walkable from this hotel to the city center for the main tourist attractions. It is located in more of a residential area that's outside of Rome and up on a hill, so that would make walking especially difficult. And I couldn't really see an easy pedestrian path to get between the hotel and the city center anyway. However, the hotel does supply a complimentary shuttle service that can take you to and from the city center. And should you ever decide to stay at this hotel, the shuttle service picks up and drops off nearby the U.S. Embassy in Rome, and that's only about 15 minutes by foot from the Roma Termini main train station in Rome. So the pickup and drop-off spot is very convenient for visiting various tourist sites, or if you're doing day trips elsewhere and you want to take the train. So even though the hotel location is not super walkable, it does have this complimentary shuttle service that was very convenient. I booked this hotel stay using 80,000 points for a standard room redemption via Hilton Rewards program. The cost of the room has a huge range, and I think that really depends on the dates. So with my search, I found that the standard room could be had for as little as 315 euros to over 2,500 euros per night. So it really fluctuates, I think, depending on the demand. And when I was there, the demand was quite high. I actually felt pretty lucky that I found a standard award redemption option. And that was because when I was there, I noticed that it felt like half the hotel was filled with guests from for a wedding, a destination wedding, because I noticed a lot of people dressed and prepared to be attending wedding festivities throughout the weekend. And at this particular Waldorf Astoria, there are approximately 18 different room types. And I mentioned this because there were a lot of different types of upgrade options. There are twin beds versus king beds in these different rooms. There's also rooms with a park view versus a Rome view. And the Rome view, in my opinion, was by far the best because you get to see, you can even see the Colosseum from the balconies of these Rome view rooms. And then thirdly, the main difference is also that there are some floors that are part of the Imperial Club. And so that meant if you're staying on these Imperial Club floors, you have access to the Imperial Club, which is basically their lounge. But it's actually a really nice lounge, and I'll tell you more about it and why I really wanted to have access to this lounge and why I upgraded. Because of how busy the hotel was during the time that I made this booking, the only rooms that were available for the standard award were twin rooms. And so this was what the room looked like. As you can see, it has a lot of kind of gold and yellow undertones in the decor. It definitely felt a little bit old-fashioned, but also rather opulent. Some might consider that this is kind of gaudy looking. I appreciated the decor, but definitely it might not be up to everyone's standards and taste when it comes to decor, and it's definitely not a modern look and more of a classic look. Based on my research of this hotel, I knew that I really wanted to have a room that has the Imperial Club access, as well as a room, a view of the city of Rome. And the city of Rome view is actually kind of my number one reason for wanting to stay at this hotel. And so after I had booked my award stay, I contacted the front desk using email to see about possible upgrade options. And I knew that because I was requesting in advance that it would most likely have to be a paid upgrade, but I was willing to do that because, like I said, I had a $250 resort credit that was expiring within a few weeks anyway, so why not use that for an upgrade? So based on my conversation with the front desk, they had options for a 250 euro upgrade from the standard room to an Imperial Club access room with a park view. And while that would have allowed me the Imperial Club access, which is something I really wanted as well, it did not include the Rome view, which is the most important part to me. And upon further inquiry, I was told that there was a upgrade available to an Imperial Club Rome view room for 300 euros. Yes, that is quite expensive because like I mentioned in the earlier slide that you can even book a room, a standard room, the most basic type, for approximately 315 euros outright when on a less busy day. So 300 euros just for an upgrade is pretty expensive. However, given that I had a $250 resort credit that was expiring, I thought that was a great and valid use of this resort credit, so that I ended up only having to pay out of pocket, about $60 or so using the current euro and dollar conversion. This picture doesn't quite do the view justice, but this is a photo of the view I had from the Rome View Imperial Club access room that I was upgraded to. And if you look towards the center of the photo, slightly towards the left, you'll be able to see the Colosseum. I thought this was very much worth the upgrade. But however, there was even other additional benefits that came with this, and thanks to the Imperial Club access that I'll tell you a little bit more about. The Imperial Club is a lounge that is on the Imperial floors of this hotel. And the Imperial Club offered beautiful Rome city views as well, and included snacks throughout the day, including service for breakfast, lunch, afternoon tea, and dinner. Even though I only stayed one night at this hotel, because I was able to check in slightly early, I was still able to enjoy the lunch and afternoon tea service on the day of check-in, in addition to the dinner service that evening. Shown here are some of the foods that were offered during the light lunch service in the Imperial Club. I personally love afternoon tea, and I was ecstatic when I found out that they have this afternoon tea service available in the Imperial Club. And on display here are a variety of different loose teas that were available in the Imperial Club. It was really lovely how they named each of them differently. Like there was a Romeo tea and a Juliet tea, and there were descriptions of what were in the tea and the different flavors. And so it was really fun to take a look at the tea menu and picking out what type of tea I wanted for my tea service. One of my favorite things about afternoon tea is the scones. And I judge an afternoon tea service based on the quality of the scone, because it can really vary in terms of quality and taste. And I have to say that these scones did not disappoint. They were wonderfully delicious and buttery and warm. These were some of the desserts that were available during the afternoon tea service. While breakfast is also served in the Imperial Club, after speaking with one of the club attendants, I found out that the selection in the Imperial Club is not quite as nice as the buffet breakfast option that's available in the main dining area of the hotel. And because of my diamond status with Hilton, thanks to my Aspire credit card, I am able to have complimentary breakfast for 2 guests with the room reservation. And so if you didn't have diamond status and you're staying on the Imperial Club floor, then definitely just go ahead and get breakfast from the Imperial Club. But if you have diamond status, I definitely recommend using that benefit in the main dining area for breakfast, because the selection there was very impressive, as I'll show you. Also, FYI, if you ever stay at this hotel and you have diamond status, you also get some complimentary access to the spa that's at the hotel. The spa was actually quite nice. I did check it out, and of course I can't take photos there since it's a spa and there's people who are not entirely dressed. But in the spa, there's a Turkish bath, which is a steam sauna that has a cold water pool in one part of the room as well, so that you're supposed to sit in the steam sauna and get really hot, and then dip into the cold water of the little pool that's inside the room too, and kind of go from hot to cold, hot to cold. It's supposed to be good for circulation and such, apparently. But also the spot included a jacuzzi and a dry sauna as well. So it was actually quite fun to get to utilize the spa. And it was great because it was complimentary thanks to being a Diamond member. This was the display of breakfast desserts that were available in the main dining area. Various types of breads were also available for breakfast. In the center of the main buffet room, there was a display of a variety of cold options like salmon, deli meats, cheeses, etc. Overall, I was really happy that I was able to spend my $250 Hilton Aspire card resort credit on this hotel room upgrade in Rome. And it was especially worth it to me because, like I said, the resort credit that I had was expiring and it's use it or lose it. So I really wanted to get some use out of it rather than just letting it expire without being used. It was a really relaxing and memorable experience for me because of the beautiful, unique view from above looking down into the city of Rome from my hotel room balcony. The food options were excellent in the Imperial Club, and that made it so that I didn't even have to try to go out of the hotel to find a restaurant for food or eat at any of the other restaurants within the hotel. Although if there's availability, there is a Michelin-starred restaurant that's at this hotel, but unfortunately there were no reservations available during my stay, so that could have also been a way to utilize the resort credit, is to dine at the restaurant within the hotel and then charging it to your room. But do keep in mind, this hotel is not the best option if the goal is to do a lot of sightseeing. There is that complimentary shuttle that can take you to and from the center of Rome, so it's definitely possible, but if there's a lot of sites you're trying to fit in a short amount of time, this might not be the ideal hotel for you due to the location being slightly outside of the center of Rome and not really being walkable to those tourist sites without utilizing that complimentary shuttle. I hope this video was helpful to you to learn a little bit more about an alternative method of utilizing the resort credit that comes with the Hilton Aspire card. The fact that you can use this for room upgrades as well. And also, hopefully this video has provided information to you should you consider this Rome Cavalieri Waldorf Astoria Hotel in Rome, Italy, the next time you might be in Rome for your vacation. I hope you enjoy the video. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe for more videos. Have a great day.